Come on, man. We just got out of the fey-wilds. Come on, cuh.
Okay, so yeah, before we actually get into the game, I heard from Raph's room, you guys talking about the last episodes. Fill me in really quick on what you guys remember.
I remember going to the Feywild and it sucked.
So
First vacation ever.
First vacation ever.
So from my understanding, we all walked in. Y'all two were caught in this thing, and my character was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just wait."
Basically,
and it was just like, "Oh, nobody's doing anything," and then just gets caught, whipped up, and then we get into this fight with these vines or whatever, and then these pixies. The pixie gets eliminated. Like
pixie got exploded.
It just. That's it.
You sneak attacked like a 10 health pixie.
Yes.
It was awful.
That poor pixie.
Well, they had it coming though. To be fair,
yeah.
They were the worst. They were horrible little trolls.
We were traveling through the Feywilds up and down a tree.
Yep.
That's true. And we used the power of imagination to bring ourselves to a nice place.
Mm-hmm. And then we ended up getting to this like cabin, and the cabin like interior was kind of like a mix of like both of our characters between Kaiden.
You could call him Kai.
Kai.
There we go. Actually, you can if you want.
Kai and.
But he didn't give you that idea though.
Kai and Mia. That like the lodge or whatever was basically like a mix of those two.
Mm-hmm.
And then Karma's was outside howling at the moon.
It was like it was like a clear view of the moon, a nice flat grass patch.
Mm-hmm.
It was just perfect.
And for a little bit, it was pretty good. And then
also Kaiden dropped his
the mage armor.
Yep.
Yeah, the mage armor, and revealed his true Goliath form.
Yeah.
And you had that painting of yourself. Just plastered against the wall.
Yeah, just like, look at all this me.
Just Mia, just like, who is that?
yeah, because you guys hadn't seen him by that point.
Yeah.
And you just see this random Goliath.
And you're just like, that's a handsome fellow. I remember that part.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It was good.
And then good old talk, and then
just
days go by.
And we're talking about how we all had visions. You had theories about mine, because Kaiden didn't say anything.
Yep, Kai didn't say anything, but
I saw yours.
You saw a woman, my character, sitting along the lines, or no, not my character, but me outside, thinking like, oh man, that must be a lover. Mia, I don't know what's going on. And then, did Karma get anything? I don't think Karma got anything.
She saw stuff about her family, right?
Yeah. Is Sleepy here?
She said no. She's still gone, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah. So Karma saw images, or mostly scents, and like stuff like her pack would have been using to mark her territory. So probably mostly stuff she would be the only one to notice, like marking territory scents, or like scratches, or stuff that would tell her that her pack is in the area. But obviously they are not, and that was most of what she was getting.
Mm-hmm. And then Feywilds loved me. They loved Mia, because they were just like, bro, you're suffering. Let's make you suffer more.
Mm-hmm.
You're guilty. So then she sees...
Stare into the forest stares back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So then
that was a deep pull. I don't know if anybody's gonna get that.
So she sees her sister, and then she gets into freak out mode.
Yep. So you saw like a a bushel of flowers colored like your sister's face.
Mm-hmm. And she got into breakdown mode. And then
we all saw it.
I want to get out of here. I want to get out.
And that was after Kaiden had his visions too. So he's just like, no, yeah, same.
So, Raph, your visions. Really quick, where did you see? This is also mostly for me. If I'm trying to remember too. The woman, was that before or after? Rosmia saw her. The bushel of flowers.
That
I don't
was
quite remember.
Rosmia's was the final one.
Yeah, well, actually,
one after.
There was one before and one after.
Yes.
Because my first vision I had before. And then after everybody had left the Feywild, Kaiden remained behind for a little bit to scream out in the void. And there was like some sort of, like in the cabin or something, I saw like a hall or something like that.
That's
full of
right.
people.
Do you want the description of that one again?
Yes, yeah, if you could.
I'm not pulling it up. I'll go off the top. I don't have that episode prepared. So basically, in the window of the cabin, you saw a reflection of yourself, and behind you was that woman again, and was it the orc or half orc?
Mm-hmm.
There was a orc or a half orc. I don't remember which one exactly.
It's half orc.
Half orc. So there's a woman and a half orc directly behind you. And then behind them, there's another row of 3 random village people that you have consumed in the past. And then behind them, a row of, what would that be, 5, pyramiding out back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it gets to a point where it shows all of the faces of people that you had consumed in your past. And then beyond them were shadowy mannequin figures in the places that would have continued beyond, off into infinity.
Right. And then, as we left, I got a tiny silver cage as we came out of the lake.
Yep. Just the tiniest silver cage.
Did anything happen with Kama?
You saw your pack. We were going over that.
Yeah,
had like
most of your quote unquote visions were other sensory stuff like smells and markings that would indicate that your pack had been in the area, which obviously was not possible. But like scents that would mark territory or scratches or other, like matted down grass where your pack would have, sat down to sleep together or whatever, and you would recognize all these places. But
okay.
They weren't necessarily obvious stuff. It was more so, because with your enhanced senses, it's mostly stuff you can only interpret.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, welcome everybody to installation number 3 of The Night is Dark and Hunter Becomes Hunted. You have spent
Oh, yeah.
a few days, perhaps a week, maybe more. Time kind of flies in the Fey-wilds. And you have spent an amount of time in the Fey-wilds, seeing various visions of your past and potentially your future. You eventually decided to be rid of that environment, hoping that your hunters had lost your scent, maybe lost interest, and moved on to other prey. Upon exiting, you find yourself in a similar forest. Not quite the same as the one that you had left, but time, distance, all these things work differently. But you emerge during a full moon from a silver lake, which is just a lake that has been touched by the moon. Its surface is completely silver and is a portal to the Feywild. You emerge, and upon immediate just scanning your surroundings, you find that there is no other at least no other threats currently around you, but you seem to be alone in this forest. The trees are sparse, and the air is a bit cold.
What time is it? It's the middle of the night?
Middle of the night. So, enough so that this full moon has risen enough above the horizon that it can touch the lake, but you are not quite sure of direction, of whether it is setting, coming up, or whatever. So you can't really use, until you find a good landmark to set your direction. You don't really know what time it is, and see, you know, if anybody here knows anything about like navigating with stars or like knowing the celestial patterns, to be able to tell time or location. You currently have nothing to anchor yourself with.
I do have training in survival.
Okay. You want to make a quick check to, see the time or location?
Sure.
I'll say you can pick one of them.
21. I'll take the time. I think I have a pretty decent idea of location, seeing as we were intentionally heading here to begin with.
Yes, so time, it is early morning, but it doesn't feel like early morning. You look up and you can kind of tell, you know, the dew hasn't really set in yet. The trees are much more sparse than they should be for this time of year.
Colin's gonna start howling.
All right. I want to make you roll a check for this. What kind of
howl
check would
check.
howl be?
Performance?
Intimidation?
Con. No,
What are you trying to get out of this howl? I'll let you go. I'll let you do either.
It's a full moon.
So are you trying to
you're trying
contact
to
your
put
pack?
power.
Yeah.
Okay, you can make a performance persuasion check, or performance or persuasion.
Can it be a performance strength?
I was gonna say, like, when I
Can
heard,
it be wisdom performance?
I was gonna say
It's
when I heard, like, I'm just gonna howl. My mind immediately went to con for you, for like how
But strength.
how
How
hard you're
strong am I
trying to,
howling?
Well, so the howl is going to happen. I just want to see how that affects the creatures that are going to be within hearing range of this.
Let's do performance. I mean, they're both -1s.
It's based off of your intention. It's based off your intention. What are you trying to get from it? What skill are you using to put out there into the world and receive something back? Going with performance. Performance would just be like I am here. You know, this is karma. Hello. Like intimidation might be something like.
I already rolled performance.
Yeah, but I'm saying just so you're clear on what the stuff was. So you are going with performance.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's pretty good, even for a -1. You howl into the moon, and you hear your howl kind of, softly echo off these trees coming back at you, off into however long. It's full moon. You immediately don't hear anything immediately, but after a while you start to hear rustles of maybe prey animals moving away from you. And just quiet.
Doesn't seem like anything's around. Anything of importance, anyway.
Kaiden, I don't remember if I had it up or not when I came out of the lake, but the black ichor forming a coat around him fades away as he drops his mage armor and just sets the little silver cage he obtained on his belt.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Well then, I suppose there's no harm in me going incognito for a while."
Yeah,
Just to be sure.
anything is better than that damned fey-wild.
Yeah, You could say that again.
Also, Rosmia, you are
Yo.
still a little bit intoxicated from all the fairy blood you've been drinking, but not enough to incur any penalties from a fairy blood addiction. But you are, a little dizzy.
Tipsy.
A little tipsy.
It's like, so I'm trying my best to stay focused. I'm still feeling a little blood drunk.
It happens.
Walk it off.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So again, you're in this forest. It is safe. Is there anywhere you would like to be moving on to?
So, what's next?
No sign of hunters.
We seem safe. In the clear.
Wherever you two go, I will follow. I don't have a...
I can look ahead if you need me to.
Well, I don't think we should just walk out wantonly.
Karma closes her eyes, and her echo is someone next to her. We don't need to walk anywhere.
Fair.
You two keep an eye out.
Will do.
And the echo starts running forward.
Any direction?
I guess we don't really have a direction we're going in right now. So just
Just away
it's
from
gonna
the shore.
run.
Yeah, because
Away from the shore.
you don't know which. We don't know where you are yet. Kaden got a kind of an idea of what time it is, but not a location.
Yeah.
Wait, does this look like it's the same lake that we entered in from?
No, completely different lake. And the forest is slightly different as well.
Snap.
So
The Karma's
you
sitting there with her
entered
eyes shut.
you entered and exited through two different portals.
Uh-oh. I actually don't know where we are.
Well,
Yeah, Karma. I am using Echo Avatar.
So you're gonna run off in the direction away from the shore.
Yep.
You can move up to 1,000 feet before it loses. I guess before you lose control, right?
Before it gets destroyed.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not that like, it has a barrier. If it moves past, you instantly lose a link and it gets destroyed.
Yep.
Okay. So moving off completely perpendicular from the lake, your echo sets off at a brisk gallop. Moving between trees and bushes, lots of thick underbrush that is, again, not common for this type of year. It is very different from when you last left. You keep moving, eventually coming to... Let's see what you come to really quick. Heading off in a direction 1,000 feet away. Approximately 1,000 feet. You're nearing the end of your echo's range.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a green dice. A small road.
Okay.
And this is very near the edge of your thing, so approximately 1,000 feet. If you were to go any further past the road, perhaps you might start to lose control of your avatar. But you can tell it is a road moving. Again, this would be perpendicular to where you were at. So, if you went in a straight line off, you come perpendicular to this road, moving left and right. And it's not a well-paved road. This is just some path that has been carved through these trees by perhaps locals or travelers.
She's gonna start kind of circling around her radius.
Mm-hmm.
So like she's gonna go from going upwards, she's gonna start going left and start circling around her radius to see if she finds anything else in any other direction.
In one direction, you can see that it curves off away from you. Moving in the other direction, you can follow it quite a bit away, but eventually it does curve off away from you again, or at least you're curving away from it. So you cannot see where anything on either side of this road. However, you do know that in one of those directions, it has to lead to somewhere, and it is fairly close.
Okay. And then she'll continue like her radius, so she goes like to the side of where we are right now, then
Okay,
like
so
behind.
now you're just
right
gonna
now.
do a full rotation.
Yeah.
That's gonna take a little more than 10 minutes. I'll say, let's see, running completely off in one direction and then doing a quick sweep left and right on the road. Yeah,
Then
that's
she'll
gonna be more than 10 minutes. Yeah, if you head off in one direction, you can just, it's still more of the same, more just trees, underbrush, leaves.
Okay.
And also notably, very empty. Barely a living thing in sight. Small animals, large animals. You heard a bird, or not a bird, at this time of night you would have heard one bat. Very empty.
She'll disperse the echo and her eyes open. I don't like this place.
Yeah, I hear you. It's
There's
quiet.
nothing here.
Too quiet. I'm gonna use my awakened mind to communicate telepathically to them, saying, while we're close, let's keep things nonverbal.
Oh yeah, I can talk telepathically, right?
Well, you've
Me
been talking
too.
telepathically.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have been talking telepathically since that's the only way you could communicate with us. But
Otherwise, it's
yeah,
just a bunch of
I'm
growls.
specifying that now. That from here on out, while we're close, I say we keep things nonverbal.
Understood.
Because if we
I found a
we
road
depart-
that way.
the road,
It's a little
look
far
like-
here, but it's just some dirt road, but it must lead somewhere.
does it look like a main road?
It didn't look like a main road, did it?
No.
No.
It's basically just a path.
Yeah, more like a pathway. But it's something.
Yeah, better than nothing.
Ah, boy. Well, let's go.
Let's go.
So you head off in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
As you move through, are you being cautious or quick?
I would say, given how sus this place is, I'm moving pretty carefully.
This place is sus.
I don't know about the rest of you.
She'll move carefully, I think. What's her stealth? Yeah. All of
Always
us.
worth a shot.
Everybody
Oh,
who's
I'm moving stealthily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody who's gonna move stealthily, make some stealth rolls.
Ooh.
Ooh.
+2. Ooh, +2.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Lowest,
Okay, so pretty
lowest
good.
roll, highest result. Rosemia.
So, with the lowest party stealth of 11, you begin trudging through, trying to keep low, keeping to shadows as best you can, avoiding as best you can leaves little sticks from, making too much noise, but that's practically impossible. There is so much dried leaves and like dead plant matter that you can keep hidden visually, but you guys are making a lot of noise. Not as much as you would have been if you were walking, but still, it's unavoidable. And now that everybody has been walking through this for some time, having, more than just your immediate surroundings and being able to walk through, it's very obvious. This is the wrong season.
Oh.
The wrong season from when we last were here?
You spent days in the Feywild. This is months later.
Great.
What time is it?
We established earlier, right? It was like early morning.
With your earlier check.
Like time as in season, like month season.
This is like mid-fall, autumn. Trees are losing all their leaves. And from where you last left, this is the season before the season you entered the pooling.
So it's either been almost a year or it's been like hundreds of years.
One or the other.
It can only be one or two.
Could be something in between, but sure.
It's been a decade.
Could be a generation, yeah. Well. Look at my own hands and stuff. It's like, I still seem to be the same age, so that works for me. The way I see it, if it's been long enough, maybe people have forgotten about us. No more hunters to worry about.
I don't age anymore. Though, if we have been gone for a while, there's someone I'm curious about that might still be looking for me out there. Someone close.
I'm sure I have the shortest lifespan here out of all of us. I'd probably be dead first, and I don't feel any older.
Is
You guys
that
can-
drunk
Yeah.
Rosmia? Is that what that is?
No, I think that's
or is that the
karma
cat?
panting.
Snoring.
I thought somebody was making ghost noises. I was like, well, it is Halloween.
So,
Spooky.
with this newfound information, are you still planning on moving in the same direction?
Got nowhere else to go.
We gotta go one way or another down this path. Left or right.
And yeah, so you do get to the path with no incidents.
Did Kamra establish which side of the path seemed to lead somewhere?
Make a quick investigation check.
Straight roll, let's go. At 20. Okay, 13.
There's
all-
that 13 again.
You guys are all above average so far. So you can tell that the way left was the side that curves off and away. The side right was one that goes in a straight line, but you curve off and away because of your radius. The one that the way left that curves is probably coming from someplace, and the straight line is off in a direction towards the next destination.
So was it left or right that curved off?
Left is the
Left.
one that curved off. The path curves. Right is the one where the path goes straight and you couldn't see what was on the other end. And the
Okay.
path that curves away is probably closer to something. And the path that goes straight is just trying to get somewhere, further.
She heads off down the left. There's probably something down here.
Probably something down either way, the way I see it.
Something closer down this way.
Let's
Well, it'd be good to at least get our bearings.
let's just be careful as we're moving up.
Of course.
All right. So
Either
still
way,
careful.
we're heading somewhere.
So,
Though still moving quietly.
Mhm.
Now that you're on
Again,
a road, a cleared
No
road.
words.
Now that you're on a cleared road, much easier to stay quiet, but if you want to stick to the road, there's not much stuff you can hide behind in the road immediate, but you're at least not making any more noise.
Whereas me, I do hide behind. Come on.
Walking order. I'm behind
you
everybody.
stealth.
You're behind
stealth.
bodies.
Fine.
Although,
Because Karma's
meant to
leading the
bring
way,
this-
right?
Yeah.
I meant to bring this up to you before, Loryn.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I feel like I might be a little bit too late now, but
Never too late.
I wanted to know if it's possible for Rosemia to potentially, like, if she closes her eyes and thinks about her sire,
Yes.
due to, I don't know how you would run, like, vampires in the way
Yeah.
that they, and how they're connected to their to fledglings and
Yeah.
masters and everything, but would it be possible for her to connect with her sire potentially?
Roll a straight charisma roll. We'll see what happens from there.
Ooh, let's see.
What is Rosmia again? Is she a rogue? Oh no.
Why it's
It looks like a 12.
And let's
That
look
looks
at
like a 12 to
That
me.
is so
That's cocked as hell. It's not even. It's
Why?
mostly 12 too.
no. I refuse. Wait.
You're
wait,
drunk, though.
Wait.
You are drunk.
No, it's not
Is
a
it-
that one.
Oh, I was gonna say, is there
Oh,
a halfling
you
thing?
can- yeah, the lucky feet.
The lucky feet doesn't work for this because I have to roll a nat one.
Oh, the halfling
Dude,
luck.
2s are the actual worst number in the game.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they
Because
really
there are
are.
mechanics that could help you with 1, but 2s.
It's basically the same thing. Obviously, unless you play off fumble rules. But, yeah, you're drunk. And you try to, like, put your brain out there, but that's just giving you a headache. You try to emit something and try to put yourself out there, try to get a sense of where your sire might be. But, like, you just get a little nauseous.
She just, as she's walking, she's just.
I'll say you can try again in a few hours, but
Okay.
currently you've got a headache now.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing mechanical. It's just you tried once.
Okay,
Mm.
yeah. She's just like.
See her wobbling down the road
Mhm.
and just think to myself, just like, yeah, this friggin' bumbling fool, just still drunk off fairy blood, and just watching her go. And then I
you
forget
just
that my telepathy is still on blast. So just you guys hear my thoughts.
She just goes, listen, I may be drunk off of fairy blood, but I was trying to see if I could get in contact with somebody, and I just gave myself a headache.
Oh, sorry, did I
That's
think
your
that
own
out
fault.
loud?
Yes, you did.
No, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Also, since Karma's in the front, she's gonna manifest her echo and have it another 30 feet in front of her.
Oh, nice.
So that's walking 30 feet in front of her, and she's in front of the group. So yeah.
You can't see. You can control it, but you can't see out of its eye. So, like, if it were to round a corner, you would still be blind, right? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can't see out of its eyes without
Stopping.
her.
I don't trust this place. I'm gonna stay close.
As you
Kaiden turns invisible.
How long does that
And
last?
1 hour concentration.
Okay.
So he turns invisible, and he's gonna veer off a bit from the group and just still be right nearby and marching at pace with them, but away a little bit, putting a little distance off to the side.
How far off to the side?
Within teep range, so within 30 feet still.
Okay.
So in case we need to mind
Is-
message each other.
I'll say
Wait, actually, I do have. How far do your guys' telepathy reach?
Mine is within 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, I'll stay within 30 feet then.
Karma's is barking range.
All right.
So what was? How far is that?
Barking range.
Oh, so as far as you can hear, so probably a lot more than 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll in that in mind, I'll tell Deep Karma to be like, get a hold of me if there are any troubles. And I'm gonna go a bit further than 30 feet then.
I'll say the way that works is when she barks, she can telepathically communicate. Like, you can understand her, but you wouldn't be able to telepathically communicate back. It would basically be the equivalent of she can shout and you can hear her, but you cannot shout and she can hear you.
Yeah. It's okay. I've got options. I know I can go farther, but I'll just use her as my anchor.
So, again,
I'll go like 100 feet out, or like 60 feet.
You are invisible, so nobody can see you, but they can still hear you.
Yeah. I'm just getting rid of my visual presence.
Yep.
Question: If Rosebia were to go prone on Karma's back, or like, would she be able to like bonus action hide around Karma or on top of Karma, so it just looks like Karma's the one walking?
Could I stealth on her back, laying down like that?
Down on her back, like blend in with her fur.
Mechanically, you're both. Wait, no, you're a medium creature. She's a small creature.
She's a small creature.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how the halfling trait works, because I think normally it takes, you can hide behind a creature that's 2 sizes larger than you, but a halfling can do it 1 size larger. I think it's how it works.
Let me grab that
written down.
I'm looking.
Halfling D&D 5e.
I'm glad I have players who have access to the books.
I have access to. So I bought a lot of the books on Roll20.
Yeah.
So like
I have 5e tools. And
yep.
And I'm currently using that for. What's up?
Oh no, it's Lightfoot that can hide.
Yep. It's Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Are you a different kind of halfling?
Yeah, I am not Lightfoot.
So you
Wait a
wouldn't be
minute.
able to then.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you have to choose a subrace?
Yes.
Yeah,
Did you not choose a subrace?
Oh!
it's Ghostwise because you have silent speech.
God, that's right.
Right, Ghostwise, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the, was that a UA or is that?
That's I need to look for Ghostwise
Either way.
again.
Either way,
So
yeah,
you're
Ghostwise.
not Lightfoot.
I will say you can try,
Okay.
but it's going to be a little difficult, obviously. But you can certainly attempt to. Your stealth check will still affect your regular stealth, but this will depend on whether you'll have cover or not.
Is this disadvantage then?
Nope, just straight.
Just straight?
Yep.
Okay.
But difficult.
Which
Yeah.
is not
But difficult.
Which is
All right.
very close to a nat 20.
I gotta get an 18, a 19, or a 22.
22. It's fairly decent. You think you can move stealthily while still maintaining a pretty good bit of cover behind Karma.
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
And Karma's just keeping an eye on her echo so it doesn't just wander off and
Yeah. So
something.
as you move down to the road, eventually you come to a town. Completely empty town.
I don't like this.
Does it look familiar to any of us, or
Everybody roll a history check.
okay?
Oh no!
I don't have no brains.
Aw.
You're a dog. You don't even know. Yeah, you have disadvantage actually.
Oh boy, here comes the straight roll. Oh,
Pretty good straight
17.
roll.
Advantage? 5.
All straight rolls. Everybody has exactly
So-
0 in history.
I probably shouldn't have
So-
made an adventure module for a combat-based group of characters.
no.
Hey, I've got utility.
In combat? No. So
Yeah, every single
Caden.
one of us has
Every
exactly
one of
straight
us-
roll.
Yup.
straight
Perfect.
D20.
Perfect intelligence across the board.
Perfectly average.
Average.
Wow.
So, everybody comes to this town, Karma. It's a town. People live here. You don't care.
What if it's any food?
I'm trying to think, what would Rosmia think? It's not a town that you... I will say that Rosmia can actually say, this is not a town that you recognize, but you actually would get a grasp of where, like, what kind of a town this might be. This is like, just looking at the architecture, you can go around and say, oh, this might be this kind of in this region, and you kind of get an idea of where you might be. Caden, this town is familiar.
What was that?
This town is familiar, but it's dilapidated. Last you saw it, people lived here. The houses were kept up, and this is a shell of this town that you remembered. Quick question.
Hometown?
Quick question. Yeah, I was gonna ask, which towns did everybody come from?
I'm from Whitebridge.
Okay, so
It's from. I wrote it down. Where is it? She's from Holbeck.
I am from Ardglass.
So, Rosmia, you instantly recognize where this town might be from. This is from Whitebridge.
From Whitebridge. Okay.
Or I recognize that, especially then.
No,
I
this
assume.
this town is not from Whitebridge.
Wait, what?
Rosmia rolled a 2.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. So she rolled a 2 and thinks it's from Whitebridge. But I'm from Whitebridge and no, this isn't Whitebridge.
Yeah.
But I've been here though.
This is a place that you recognize.
Place that I recognize.
Nothing familiar, just kind of passing through the surrounding towns. Like all the towns that I gave you guys to pick from the pools were all basically in the same kind of area, the same region. You would have been able to move from town to town.
I've been traveling a bit after I left my hometown.
Definitely some alleys that you recognize very particularly, but as you walk through, not even a tumbleweed.
Strange.
We trapped in some sort of weird frozen dimension or something.
I think we're this place is familiar to me. I think we're actually over at Whitebridge.
You're drunk.
That means nothing.
I don't see any white bridges.
That's not what that means.
You're also
I kind of. She would be able to tell if it was white or dark, though. But I get in closer to within 30 feet so that I could do regular telepathy and just say, "This definitely isn't Whitebridge. I can tell you that much."
Are you sure?
I grew up in Whitebridge. I would know.
Huh. Do you know this? Do you know the name of this place then?
Do I know the name of this place?
Is Holbeck.
This is Holbeck.
Well, it's on the outskirts of Holbeck.
It's on the outskirts, at least.
The main
outskirts
main
of
town
Holbeck.
is further down. This is just one of the outlying, smaller kind of settlements.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just one of the
this is
nearby little
Holbeck?
villages. Yeah.
I
Adjacent.
haven't been here for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Interesting.
And she's gonna howl again.
You howl. Not gonna make you make a roll this time. I'll use the same one you rolled last time, which I believe was a 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only performance one.
Yeah.
Again, basically nothing. Not a stir. Not even a flap of feathers. You didn't wake up any nearby animals. But
I'm still invisible, by the way.
still invisible. Got an hour. Or coming in on probably 45, 30 minutes left. But eventually, you hear your howl echoed back.
Does everybody hear
Right,
that?
is it a different wolf?
It is somebody from your pack.
Ah!
But you don't recognize this particular howl. You recognize the call. But the individual isn't, you know each other's howls. You grew up around each other. This is your pack's howl. But you don't know the individual.
That's suspicious.
You hear that?
Yeah. I don't recognize them, though. I know all of my pack's howls. I was the alpha.
If it's been too long, maybe you're not anymore. Sucks
The
to be
pack
you.
disbanded.
What?
Our pack disbanded after we tore through the town we were in.
This town.
Was it this town specifically?
Well, not this particular outcropping, but this area you guys tore
This
through.
region.
This region.
Yeah. After we tore through this region, we separated because of our, I guess, newfound knowledge. But I know all of my pack's howls, and that wasn't one of them. Either someone's imitating our pack, or there's something else.
Who's to say? It's been so many seasons, right? Things can change.
I'm gonna look around for a bit. And she summons her echo again.
Mhm.
Closes her eyes. The echo runs off in the direction of the howling.
Okay. While she's doing that, anybody else going to be... I'm assuming right now you guys are just kind of off one of the roads, kind of underneath an outcropping of a dilapidated storefront, kind of just, hiding in the shade. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Explore the town while that echo is off?
Kaiden's gonna try and stay close, since he's invisible and they can't see him, so try and stay close in case anybody needs to teep him. But looking around, investigating, searching for any supplies, or particularly he's getting kind of bored, anything enjoyable, looking for entertainment or pleasure or anything.
Okay, make it an investigation check.
Leisure.
Rosmi, are you going to be doing anything?
She's going to stay by. She's going to stay by Karma. Just as a means to keep watch. I'm still keeping. So, would you want me to roll stealth again, or can I keep the same stealth to be like?
This would be the same stealth that you're hiding behind Karma with, I guess, because you just didn't move, and you're kind of just using her as cover. Now that she's not moving, actually, you can basically just kind of chill in her shadow, and you're pretty confident anybody who looks in that direction is going to see the wolf first.
All right, because so essentially she's going to keep watch, seeing that her eyes are closed, and she summoned that. She summoned her again. Has her bow out, has her short bow out, and is just kind of keeping an eye.
Okay.
And ear.
Eye and ear. Just one? No.
I'll take the others.
Caden, your 15 investigation check. You wander off. You said not too far, but fairly. We said within your telepathy
Yeah, within
Range.
120 feet or so.
Oh, okay, 120 feet. I'll say like 30 feet
Never
would have,
exceeding that.
yeah, 30 feet would have been pretty limited. But if you can move out to 120 feet, you can basically get within the, at least you have the town square. You can find the shops, some residences. All of them are completely empty. Dust, cobwebs, empty cases. Not a single thing is left. This has been raided.
Oh man.
This is not a ghost town. This is a ruin.
This place sucks. There's nothing to do here. Just dust off some shelves and stuff. Being invisible, it just kind of looks like it just.
A nearby rat freaks out. It's like, oh.
I Eldritch Tentacle it.
You gonna eat it?
Eat the rat.
Just out of spite.
You splatter into a corner.
I could consume it too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You just
Which
poor rat
must be
got
really freaky while I'm invisible.
Yeah.
The whole thing just like explodes and then just all its guts and stuff just get mangled and then drawn in and then disappear.
Like if somebody
No.
were watching, they would see like this dust like ball just go poof, a rat freak out, start getting thrown around this little shop face before eventually just completely disappearing in a splatter of blood. Yep.
Does that like remove your invisibility?
That's true. This
For
is
the-
normal invisibility.
For the flavor of it, that wasn't an attack. That's just scenery.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast, though. Yeah, it does end if I attack or cast a spell, but... Hold on, let me read some things really quick. I did eat it. I did consume it.
Yep.
And I do get the full benefits of a short rest when I do.
I technically didn't say that's true, but it's
just
intended
says
to
a
be
creature.
medium creatures. It's
Okay.
like-
Is it a medium creature?
No, it's a rat.
Okay. No, is it intended to be medium creatures?
It's intended to be like it was intended to be used against basically
Okay.
like other things of your size that you could gain sustenance from. You wouldn't have got anything from a rat. I'll say small creatures are higher, because I guess if you ate Rosmeal, you might be able to get something out of that. But not a rat. Not definitely. You wouldn't. A rat's just nomming. That's like a.
What's
that's
that
like jerky.
face?
What if I kill, like, 5 rats?
If you kill 5 rats, I'll have you make an attack.
All right.
I'm just gonna
kill all these little rats.
I was gonna say, Raph, what was that face you made for a moment where he was like, see, if you kill somebody like Rosmia, and I just saw a smile, and I'm like,
No.
no, stay back.
When the vampire pulls
make
out
an
a
attack.
cross.
Yeah, if you make an attack, I'll say you can make an attack against essentially what would be like a swarm of rats over the course of your investigation.
22.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Over the course of your investigation, you can just like get some rats, some small like
Draw them in
scuttling
like I'm
things.
the thing.
And again, like this place is very empty. You have to search hard to find anything moving, and these rats are the last things left.
So I do gain the benefits, though.
You do, yeah.
All right, I'll recast invisibility then.
But you drop invisibility, and as you do,
Oh.
Karma, your Echo Knight, runs off in the direction of the howl.
Yep.
As you're running, and you're seeing through its eyes, you're full galloping in that direction, yeah?
Yep.
You would know that is the direction of the main, I guess, like the main body of the city. Like, this, you're off in the direction of where the castle would be. Castle Holbeck. And as you go, you see, let's see, do you have dark vision? I'm assuming you do. I think everyone has dark vision.
Let me take a check real quick.
Yeah, let me double check. I do
Wait,
not.
do I not have dark vision? I'm a freaking wolf. What?
You have good smell though, but you cannot smell through your Echo Knight.
Hold
Goliaths
on.
do not have dark vision.
I can see through its eyes and hear through its ears.
You cannot smell through its nose. So as you're going through, a blur passes by you, galloping in the other direction.
The heck? The stops.
You skid to a stop, turn around, and see another wolf, having stopped, skidded, and turned to a halt. Head low, teeth bared, growling at you. Or your echo, at least.
Can I talk through it? I don't think I can talk through it.
I don't know. I think ideally, or normally you probably would be able to because it's just a copy of you, right? And if you're a humanoid, you make a copy of yourself, you would include your vocal cords and all this other stuff, so you might be able to talk.
But it's like kind of
but you're a
spectral,
wolf,
though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is kind of spectral. Yeah. Actually,
So
for the
you
purposes
can
of this,
see
I'll say you
through-
can. I'll say for the purposes of interacting with the outside world, you can see through your specter, but not too much can come back in, other than sight and sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see in here. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to speak or really make too much of sound. But you see this wolf crouch low, bare its fangs, and pounce at you.
Does the wolf look familiar?
Absolutely not.
I don't think there's anything I can do with my echo. Like with how far away it is, I don't think there's anything I can do with it.
If there isn't anything you can do, then as soon as this wolf makes contact, it will disperse your echo.
Okay. And then Kama will open her eyes back up. That's not a member of my pack.
So you're saying you
How
found
dare
yourself-
they disgrace my pack?
All right. Well, it's an imposter.
Where's Kaden?
Somewhere in the distance.
I
There's
need
just
to go teach
whipping
this wolf a
zappy
lesson.
tentacles
Actually,
somewhere behind you guys.
do we hear what just sounds like in the distance?
Eldritch blast! Pff, Eldritch blast! Pff, Eldritch blast! Pff. Make a perception check to see, because he would have been all over the place, just kind of going around.
15.
See if you can pinpoint his location at the
Like-
moment.
Can I also
Okay.
make a
Yeah,
perception?
Sure.
Fair.
Yeah.
I have advantage on perception.
I don't, but I got a
I'm a-
15.
15's
That's
really
not,
good.
It's not bad.
Better than that.
I'm too angry.
Yeah, you don't even notice. You're like facing the direction of the castle, and you're just waiting for that wolf. Rosmia. You keep an ear out, and you can just hear the sound of Caden making a mess. Just goes. Pff. and then
She's
and then eventually, you would hear with a 15, you would be able to probably hear a little bit of a muffled struggle, and then quiet.
so she's just like, you couldn't hear all that banging over in the distance right there. What was that?
What was what?
Muffled. Sounded like a muffled struggle.
Where's Kaden? Where did you hear him?
Sounds are off in that direction.
You point
And
him,
then Kama starts running.
you head off.
Ah!
My cover! You head off in that direction. You find
Don't-
a ruined stall with splats of blood just against the wall. Little bits of splats of blood, but just like you had a field day with something alive in this stall. And you see the body of a dead rat in the far corner behind, like further into the thing, like by like a door leading out to the back into an alley.
But no Caden.
No Caden.
She's gonna try track
Kaiden.
his.
No Kaiden. No Caden.
Couldn't.
I.
She's gonna try track his scent.
Okay. You smell him. He was here recently. And a lot of other things were here recently too.
Oh no!
The darn rats.
Can she like track him where he went?
The smells are recent enough that yes, you can. It's through the back door, down the alley, and then it gets a little weird. His smell branches off in 4 different directions.
What the heck? What is going on?
I got quartered by an army of rats, you guys.
Didn't even have to make a roll for it. Raph's dead. Get out of here now.
Again! No, not again!
First one to die. Every single
Always
game.
the first one. Every single game, the first one to die. This night is the worst.
The night is dark.
And rats are hunting.
As you're tracking the scent, and it brings you off into outside of the alleyway where you can see, or you can smell, and sense the smell moves off in 4 different directions. You hear again that howl, much closer, just outside the borders of this town. Very familiar, yet different.
Best
Need to
find Kai before dealing with whatever you need to deal with.
Confused about. Can't tell which way it's sent. There's 4 different directions. Doesn't make sense.
Relax. Getting angry isn't gonna do anything.
You can now smell the wolf.
Oh, I can smell the wolf now.
It is familiar.
Foster's getting closer. Stay hidden. And she's just bearing her sword, like, in the direction of like where the wolf is coming.
The wolf is familiar. You recognize the scent.
Wait. What? She's still bad.
Just waiting.
Yep.
Rosemary, you gonna what are you doing while she's bared in a direction? You currently don't hear anything, and you don't see anything, but you do sense a subtle shift in the air around you. That feeling you get right before something bad's about to happen.
Yep. She's like, no, something's definitely not right here, obviously, but the air shifted.
Real quick, what was the music again? I lost it. It wasn't
Shub
Neo,
Niggurath. No, not Shub Niggurath. No, was it Shub? Yeah.
Yeah, Shub. Okay, got it.
Say
black
the full
Shub
name.
Niggurath 1.
Say the full name. Don't cut it off halfway. Oh man. Oh man. Oh.
Yeah. So old Shubby.
Shubby.
So she does stay hidden,
Mhm.
like Karma told her to.
Are you going to? Just wondering if you're prepping anything, like you have your crossbow out or your bow.
So my short bow's out, and the idea behind this is should something come out to attack Karma and or myself, and it's just an instant thing, like it just happens like right then and there. She's just gonna and shoot at it with the arrow, or with a short bow out of defense.
As you're prepping yourself, Karma is steeled. A wolf darts from around the corner of a stall, and your attack goes off.
Well, it's if it comes around.
Is it lunging at us?
It is attacking you.
It is attacking. Okay.
It comes around fully angry.
Okay, yeah. Then she's gonna go off and just be like, and hit at it.
All right.
It's been a moment since I've.
And as it comes closer, you get a better view of this wolf, large like Rosmia, with that hint of intelligence and rage in its eyes.
Oh.
It's one of her pack members. But it wasn't. But it is. But it doesn't make sense.
Well, it's coming in with a warning shot. So.
I don't think you're gonna kill it.
No, it's just hearing that is like, oh. But yeah, no, coming in with a warning shot.
Here we go.
Don't kill it.
Let me take this off advantage and put it at normal. Oh wait, no, I'm hidden.
You can, as a warning shot, I'll let you just, if you want to. Well, I guess if you use the advantage anyways, because I'll allow you to dictate how much of a warning shot that was. The better the shot, or the higher the number, the better the warning shot. And you can choose not to, deal damage or do minimal damage.
And you said it looks like it holds the same intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna.
Whew.
The natural 20.
Damn!
So, you come around and you perceive this wolf coming at you, and you're like ready to go for that kill shot, just like into complete defense. But that moment of looking at it and seeing that just like that glint of intelligence, it knows what it's doing. It is moving with intention. You halt just long enough to be able to adjust your aim and fire a shot exactly how you want it to go. What are you trying to do with this shot? Stop it? Direct it away?
So it's coming forward
and
lunging, and essentially the way this warning shot is going to go is it's I want to injure it because that's combat right then and there. So
you can do with a natural 20. The result of this is up to you.
You know what? No. Faceless persona. This is her persona. She doesn't give a shit. So yeah, no. Warning shot is gonna be like right into Paul.
Ooh.
Like right into the Paul. Just and the thing is, the way that it's aimed is likely it's like lunging forward, so it's like the bottom of its paw is there. So she's like.
Right in the toe beans.
Yep, right in the toe beans. And she's gonna make it like accurate dead center.
Yeah.
Just to give it that that idea that it's like this could have been your head.
This was in your working though. Like you're basically fully disabling it, removing it from combat at this point. So as it lunges, it is eyes locked on Karma.
Should I roll?
If you want to roll damage, but you can for this. You don't need to, unless you're trying to kill it.
Okay, no, I'm not trying to kill it.
So, it lunges, eyes locked on Karma, and then this shadow moves just to the side, and you can see its eyes shift and recognize there's another combatant present before and receives just the most painfulest prick to the paw. It crashes, lands, and skids at a halt in front of Karma.
There's just
And
gonna
Karma's
be...
just gonna intimidate
Intimidate.
word. No, not intimidate, but intimidatingly. That's it.
Okay.
Stand over top of it. Stand over top of the wolf. State your name.
Caden. As you were...
I thought the wolf said his name was
I
Caden.
thought the same thing too.
Oh, state your name. My name's Caden. I'm a wolf now, by the way. Hello. What?
One of us. One of us.
Kaiden.
Mm-hmm.
As you are moving through these shop fronts, trying to find a morsel, something to satisfy just that little ache, that hunger in the back of your consciousness, in the pit of your stomach. You go through ransacking several shops, just looking for the, anything moving, anything that has come to, for the same reason you have, to look for scraps. Before your invisibility fades as you're basically just ravaging this rat. Fairly large one too, very meaty. It'll be so tasty. But as you do, a bunch of these little quick figures just dart from all around, coming through the door behind you, coming over through the shop window. From the shop window itself, these beings just basically appear. You didn't get any sense of anything moving or anything living until this moment where they all suddenly just manifested. Not from shadow.
It's a bunch of rats.
But just very, very, very good camouflage.
What do they look like?
You can't tell. They're currently all in ghillie suits, basically.
Oh.
Just like their camouflage is this town. They are living in this town completely invisible. And as soon as you become uninvisible, they all pounced. Weapons drawn, blades pointed at you. And they all look at you and just say, or they all look at you, whisper to themselves. You can't really, actually no, make a perception check, see if you can hear what's being said between them.
Can I understand their language?
You would understand the language, which would be common.
Nope.
But no, they're very thorough in their secrecy. This is something that they've clearly rehearsed many, many times.
Ugh. You seem to have caught me unawares here.
One of them steps forward, which seems to be not quite a leader figure, but just the person who is now taking the forefront of this group. Looks exactly the same as everybody else, no distinguishable features, but the one that they arbitrarily chose to be the speaker. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
We live here. You're not a hunter.
A hunter?
No. You're something else.
Oh, yeah. That I am.
You're a monster.
What makes you say that?
You shouldn't be here. You can't be here.
Look, I'm just a simple Goliath trying to make his way. I was just passing through.
They all turn back and whisper to each other and say, You can't be here. You can't. This is impossible.
What are you talking about?
All the monsters are dead.
Oh no.
Huh?
Oh no.
What are you doing here? Now more curious than afraid or on alert. They have now kind of dropped their guard, but still swords pointed. You're still a big scary dude.
Just the normal looking Goliath at this point.
Mm-hmm. With a tentacle that eventually that sometimes just goes.
That's true. I did have some tentacles popping out of me a moment ago.
But that's okay. That's,
Look, I was just passing through, like I said. I come from afar off.
You come from how far? And they name all the cities around Hallbeck, Whitebridge. The other ones, there's 5 other ones that I don't remember. What was yours, Rosmia?
It was Ardglass.
Ardglass.
Look, I would love to tell you my whole life story, but maybe we could have this conversation a little more civilly.
You're right. Move. And they just start jabbing at you. And they push you out the door through the alley, and some of them grab some of your pieces of clothing. Or no, before this happens. As they are moving you through, you hear Karma's howl. Or, no, not Karma's. The second howl, that was the wolf coming close, because that would have been, your first howl would have been pretty early on, right? So the second howl would have been the one that was the wolf approaching the outskirts of the village. They hear this howl, and I'll immediately look up and go, okay, we gotta move. And like grab bits of your clothing, just like cut bits of your clothing off really quickly. You basically have no choice in this. And they all scatter. Some of them grab you and just start dragging you. And they all scatter, and as soon as you are clear of like the opening, the open area, they huddle, find a corner to just kind of like blend in with, and just as soon as they stop moving, they look like part of the wall.
That's impressive.
Shush! And they keep dragging you. And as you're being dragged, you can start to hear a bit of a commotion happening where the wolf is now entered into the area. You hear the yelp, and you can hear Karma speaking over the wolf. Or at least growling, in which you can interpret to be words.
Yeah.
The wolf replies. What'd you ask again? I'm trying to remember. Was it who are you? What's your name?
Yeah.
It replies with a name that you have not heard, obviously in a long time, since your pack disbanded. This is a full-grown male wolf. The name it gives was of one of your pack's pups.
Oh, shit. And she'll step away.
And it's just on the ground, arrow in paw, kind of panting, and starts licking at the wound. Now, less hostile now that it's gotten near you, starts sniffing the air and says, "It's been so long."
It has. And she'll put the sword down and kind of lean down and like rip out the arrow.
You're dead.
What do you mean?
You died many, many, many cycles ago.
What are you talking about?
How are you still here?
And Karma just kind of looks back at Rosemere. So it's confused dogs.
I don't know if she understands this.
You
one
can-
speaking.
You can, they all have the same telepathic trait.
Okay. So she
It's another awakened direwolf.
She just looks over at that one and is just like, You're saying it's been how long?
How long is a cycle? We're talking about moons, right?
Years.
What?
This is a pup. Or this was a pup when you last saw it. It is a full-grown adult.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was it was a year between, no, it was only a few weeks since the pact disbanded, and then the start, like the first session. It was only a few weeks.
Yep.
Oh no. You're saying it's been years?
Many hard years since you've been gone. The pack needed you.
What are you saying I died?
The
What do
hunters,
you
they
mean?
killed you.
Did you see me die?
The hunters never lie about their kills.
Well, they lied about us.
We killed the hunters.
Who are you? It says looking at Rosvia.
Let's just say I'm a traveling companion who happened to find this one and another one of ours as we were looking for another place to go. Hunters traveled and found us, and we had to fight. We
What
killed
are those-
them.
What's the lakes called again? Are they Silver?
Silver
something?
Lakes.
Silver Lakes. Do you know about the Silver Lakes?
Of course, yes.
We fled into one after we killed the hunters.
You fled into the silver. There's no way you would have survived. It's been so long. How have you lived there? I have so many questions. There's
How long
no.
did How long did we live there for?
Yeah, how long were we in there for?
Week at most.
We
Jeez.
we
We were only in there for a
week.
week.
The wilds are a strange, distorted place. Caden, as you're being dragged, you can hear this conversation happening at the very edge of your telepathy. But they're very clearly trying to keep you quiet, and somebody's got their hand over your mouth. One of them is on your back, trying to make sure, basically riding you, making sure that you don't try to break off or anything. But you can hear this happening.
Is any of the other packs? Is anyone else in the pack still around? Or is it just you?
A handful. 4. That is all that remains.
This is troubling. Do you know how many cycles exactly?
Where's a D10?
Oh,
No. I said a decade as a joke!
A decade.
Wait, did you just roll a 10?
Yeah, I did.
Oh no! It's been 10 years?
It's been 10 years.
10?
Caden, as you are being dragged, your willingness to go with them, is purely voluntary. They couldn't stop you if you tried.
How many of them are there?
A lot still. They split up. You perhaps have 5 on you, 1 for each limb.
Okay, so I'm kind of restrained, but it's no big deal.
So, as monsters, the way that this works is regular people, and these are regular people, are all minions by default.
I don't know if you want to be hostile with them, though. There's a lot more of them than there are of us.
True, but we're pretty powerful by comparison.
Wait,
But yeah, how many did you say that?
if we're near Kaiden, can't we?
Yeah, I
like...
was gonna say, can we? Are they within my normal telepathy range?
You are just about to leave it. They are basically taking you through back alleys, so you're not moving in a straight line away from them.
Right. I'm gonna teep them if they're within 30 feet and just be like, "Hey, I'm in a nearby alley. I could use some help here."
Kaiden. Oh, Kaiden.
Can I try and like break their grip a bit and just be like, "All right, let's slow down here, gentlemen."
Make a strength check.
Straight strength?
Just straight strength. They're just shrugging them off you.
Athletics or?
No, this will be straight strength. You're just
Okay.
resisting their pull and just kind of like stop moving.
12.
You can stop in place, but they're still on you. And they're gonna try to drag you, but you can resist them. But you can basically reduce their movement to 0, but they are still hanging off you. You can try to shrug them off, but they're just gonna hang on for dear life. And the one on your back still has its like hand over your mouth, trying to like muffle you. But you can just like, hey.
Kama's just like, hold on. Like, that's to the wolf. And she's gonna run to a nearby alley, see if she can find Kaiden.
As soon as you do, you enter into the alleyway, and the walls come alive. Another group, or the same group, Kaiden, you would have seen them move into this position. All collapse on you, swords drawn, and are about to attack before the pup just barks really loudly, which you can interpret as it's saying no. But the other beings, you can't tell any forms under all of this camouflage, all stop, like blades inches from your fleshy bits. You would have died if it did not tell you to stop. These are a well-oiled, extremely skilled group of people who have survived a very long time doing exactly this. And you get the idea, they are used to hunting people of at least equal power to you.
And Kama's just like standing there frozen.
And the pup will get up and just start limping, one paw off, like, just gingerly touching the floor as it glares at Rosmia.
Does this distraction get this guy's hand off my mouth?
He's a little bit taken aback, surprised, and was not expecting any of this to happen today. But he is a little bit caught off guard. You can wiggle free.
So
I only need verbal. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make my eyes glow green like they would when I'm transformed without transforming. Make my eyes glow green, and if I can summon another instance to just boom my voice and just be like, "All right, that's enough. How about everyone stand down? You camouflaged folks are wildly outmatched to an extent that you don't even know."
Rosmia, you about to do something?
Oh yeah, no, it was just the wolf would have glared at her or whatever, and she would have just bowed and just went. She would have just bowed and went. And that's why you don't attack first. without a reason. Warning shot.
It's going to look back to the group and hear this booming voice. Immediately, everybody just kind of like shrinks down, gets low, like defensive positions. Like they're all immediately ready to pounce at the nearest sudden movement. All clearly on edge all the time.
So what about the ones that are like super close to that booming voice? Do they just their ears just go, ah?
They fall off. They're just like, ah!
Just stare down at them with the glowing green eyes.
They all back up, group and huddle, get again very close together. And when they group up together, they basically look like a piece of, like a pile of rubbish. Like they've got boards stuck to themselves and everything that they can arrange to fit in with any part of this town. And it's as your voice booms, a couple of other, I guess, other camouflage people start to like reveal themselves, not in any hostile way, but they're just like, oh, gig is up. If we're gonna die, we're gonna die. Like, we made it 10 years, but this is weird. Who are you people? Why are you a vampire? What is going on here?
She smiles and flashes her fangs.
This isn't right. There's only one vampire left.
Who?
What was the name of your sire?
Turiel.
His name is Sir Teriel.
Turiel. Where?
They all just look in the direction of the castle.
Friend of yours?
That's my sire. That is the one who
Hold
turned
on.
me.
Hold on. Kaiden, it's been 10 years.
10 years? Ah,
Yeah.
Now, on the bright side, all my debts are probably forgiven.
Debts? There's nobody left to make good on any debts you may have had.
Alright, then why don't you tell me clearly, right here and now, what's going on here? What's happened in the last 10 years?
Well, so much. The hunters, after they killed you, we don't know. They
They
suddenly
didn't kill us. We're trying to explain this. We killed them.
Yeah, ridiculous. Propaganda.
The hunters have never, in the entirety of their guild history, claimed they've made a kill and not been good on it. People would notice. You can't just say you killed.
Well,
To be fair, they couldn't exactly prove this one way or another. We were kind of out of the picture. But if there was anything they could have lied about, it would have been us.
To be fair, they also, none of them would have been able to make it back, even if, let's say, they somehow survived.
That's fair.
They had no bodies after we were done.
No evidence one way or another. And then we disappeared for 10 years, so if you ask me, it does look an awful lot like we did die.
Listen,
But I guess if they don't lie, I guess this is the first time for everything.
all we know is that what is the name I give?
What were the name of
what's
our hunters?
The names of your hunters?
Yeah.
Do they have names?
We got the...
I don't think they had names.
Not that we knew of, I don't think.
Actually, no, they had names, but
Oh,
we never got the names, I don't think.
I mean, they had like designations like the paladin and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But so they're gonna say, listen, all we know is the guild got very powerful very quickly. They stopped hunting monsters once the last monsters were slain. They started corralling the rest of us.
What? Just like common folk?
Everybody. From the towns, the neighboring cities.
Does every city look like this?
Not every city. Some are still fighting back.
How
Resistance.
Do you know about Ardglass?
We haven't had contact with Art Glass.
What of Whitebridge?
Completely decimated.
Maybe I can finally go back there.
No, you will die. The hunters are everywhere. They don't stay around here too much. It's too close to their home territory. The castle is where they train. Their numbers are scary. You used to be able to see a hunter walk down the street and name them. You used to be able to see the same faces grow old. It's new people. Every day, a new face.
Wait, you said they train by the castle.
The castle is where they hold up. We stay here, close to the castle, because they never look right under their noses. We've survived for many years here. But if they know that there are monsters still alive, they will be coming here very soon.
And what about Turiel?
If that's the case, and she looks at like the wolf. How did the pack survive, or the remaining pack survive?
We have made a couple of alliances, unsettling alliances.
With the
Our
hunters?
No, our pack has grown to include other non-wolves.
Blasphemy.
It's a tough time. You're asking about Toriel?
Yeah, because she was like, because they were like, looks over to the castle. It's there, and then they're like,
Toriel is helping them round up everybody. He moves in ways they can't. He's powerful for a vampire of his age. Whatever you want to call it.
Turiel is helping them?
A monster leading monster hunters. Who'd have thought?
That damned man.
Is that check out? Does that sound like his MO?
At least when I remember him. I know he's very calculating. Can be very distant. But I didn't think he would stoop this low.
Or raise this high, it sounds like. Seems to own the land now.
I can only imagine what it would be if he saw me.
Maybe he'd invite you in.
I need a few hours or something.
Well, they all think you're dead.
10 years ago, were there 3 hunters that went missing or killed?
3 or 4.
Did they announce that at all?
There's 3 or 4 hunters that disappeared without any cause, but that happens sometimes. It just was so many at once.
Also, can we go back to who else is in the pack? What else is in the pack?
We've made some alliances with a group that call themselves the Protectors of Everything That Can Articulate. They believe if it speaks, it shouldn't be hunted. They made a deal with us to protect us because we're not like the other monsters. At least not the other beasts. They're fine with the dire wolves, the cranium rats, just naming off a bunch of, or no, not cranium rats. Cranium rats are intelligent, I think. A bunch of other large, kind of beastly monsters. But if it can think, if it can speak, they believe that it has a right to not be hunted. They made a deal with us and we help them.
I see.
We're all monsters. We all talk. Sounds like friends of ours.
They were very against the hunters and everything that the hunters stood for.
How far does their influence stretch? Is it just this region?
The protectors?
No, the hunters.
This region, several regions surrounding, they are quickly expanding. They're taking in as many people as they can, and they're not killing them, they're corralling them. The hunters are no longer hunters. They killed everything that they wanted to kill. Now they're something else. The guild it's nothing like it used to be. Guild was something you could look up to. Now they're pawns of that mad mage.
And now these are the gilly humans talking?
They all look to the wolf to be the spokesperson now.
Oh.
Wolf boy.
Let's give him a name.
As a question,
Peter.
As a question, is this like
Peter?
Peter?
As a question, is this just a random pup in her pack, or is this like her son?
Random pup.
Okay.
Nephew, maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're the alpha female.
Yep.
This would have been like a nephew, like the son of one of your close siblings. But there's only 4 of them.
Inbred.
There are only 4 of them now.
Your word?
Do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
What's the Discovery Channel?
It's this magical place you can tap into now.
So Peter's the only one talking then.
Peter is now talking. Well, as a quote unquote monster, these regular people all know, basically like they're the ground level resistance. He would be what would be the equivalent of like a lieutenant.
Well, monster, like I said, monster leading monster hunters is quite the change of pace. Seems like monsters leading some of your own can quite even the odds.
We were hoping to bring you to our leader. This is now one of the Gilly people. We're hoping to bring you to our leader, but didn't know that they were also with you. We apologize for the secrecy.
This is your leader?
No. Talking about Peter?
Yeah, Peter.
Talking about Lloyd.
Talking about what?
Lloyd.
No, Peter he helps. He's not our leader. We just
said your leader was also with me.
What was
that? Just a second ago, he said he was going to take
you to their leader.
To the leader, not realizing that.
Taking you away, and boy, Peter was going to kill these other things.
Oh, okay.
not realizing you were all part of the same group.
Okay.
They look at you and say, the leader has a lot of questions to ask you. We kind of saw what you were capable of.
Haven't seen the half of it. But look, I'm not looking to stick around and play hero. I'm just passing through. Got unfinished business elsewhere. Thanks for catching me up, but...
You have no other unfinished business. It's all gone. There is nothing. This is a wasteland. The only thing here are the hunters and death.
Well, if that's the case, then I see no reason to stick around. You said it yourself, their influence doesn't span everywhere.
Not yet.
Keep going. Eventually I'll run them.
We don't get the feeling that's a possibility.
Come on. There are powerful kingdoms out there. They can't just keep expanding.
Holbeck was a powerful kingdom.
I can attest to that.
The Mad Mage gave Holbeck a gift, looking at the two of you, the two wolves standing shoulder to shoulder now. But that didn't quite work out in his favor. Killed the Duke, killed much of the royal family. So, he installed another royal family, one that he can puppet. Eventually, the facade fell, and the mage has now taken over the castle. Everything that has happened that you can see around here, this ruins, this will be everywhere. He works fast. He is getting more and more powerful every day. At the edges where the fighting is happening, it's bad. We're safe here. Inside. In their shadow, we are safe. As soon as they look inwards, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing we can do to stop them.
I'm gonna teep to the others in the party. Just be like...
Can you direct your
what?
teep? Like specific creatures only? Because technically Peter can hear you if it's like a speaking teep.
True, that's true. Let me... Any creature I can see within 30 feet, I'm pretty sure I get to choose.
Yeah,
but
that's
let me
yeah.
double check.
If it's you can just like pick the creatures you can see, right?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah. Yeah, you can keep this quiet.
Yeah, I'll keep it between the party members. I'll just prod them, just like, oh, what do you think? What are you planning?
Also, at this point,
Just kind of see where they're at and what they want to do.
At this point, the conversation has moved out of the alley into somewhere a little bit more defensible. They moved you into a larger house with a basement, and they are now speaking basically in hushed tones in this the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should check out these protectors.
The protectors of everything that can articulate.
I'm not going to remember that.
Well,
But why, though?
I mean, they for short communications, they often use the abbreviation PETA.
No!
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 Darn Peter.
No!
Peter if Peter is here.
Oh no!
All right, so I say we just let him die.
Kill Peter, kill Peter, kill them both.
It's like, no, but why, though? What
Thanks,
stake
I
do we
hate-
have in this?
I guess it's more of a question of what else do we do? If the hunters really have that much influence, then We can't just go on our merry way.
And he looks to Rosemia as well.
And she is
Still privately, telepathically.
and she's just sitting there, sort of like this, like hands together. She looks as if she's just like staring off, just distant. But you do get a reply back from her, just I think we should help them. At least my goal out of this. If Turiel really is leading these people, helping them, then that man has gone to depths I didn't even think he would go. Damned man. And he always taught me the art of subterfuge. What to do, what not to do. And yet he can't even go with his own words.
Out for blood, then?
I want to find out why he's doing this. And then I think
we kill him?
And then I think I'll give him his final death.
Kaiden shakes
As long
his
as we
head.
get to kill him in the end.
He looks back to the others and just kind of speaks aloud. Look, no offense to the rest of you, and no offense to my newfound traveling companions, but in the end of the day, I've only got one person I'm looking out for. So why should I help you?
You get to eat people.
And he kind of looks around the room. I could eat any of these.
All of them move their hands to a weapon.
And why would you eat them when you can eat hunters that have been trying to go after you for so long? They're never going to stop if that's the case. If what they're saying is true and influence spreads even farther, how much longer do you think you can run before they catch up to you, outnumber you? You're strong, Kai. There's no doubt there. But you're a fool if you think you can run forever and take them all on. You're just asking for a death wish at that point.
So you're thinking very pragmatic then. Sheer numbers. Well, my survival is in my best interest. But what do I have to gain besides living? Or rather, surviving. Doesn't seem too lofty of a reward. That's just not dying.
One of the hooded figures kind of like speaks, clearly out of turn, as all of the others turn and look at them as they raise their voice. And it simply says, it's like a younger figure too, like obviously, a little bit more brash and undisciplined. Says to you, what about answers?
Answers?
I saw what, and they all just kind of like glare, kind of pulling out a sword, like pulling the swords out of their shields. You're the mage. We think he's getting his power from something in the castle. One of our insiders said it looked something like what you did to those rats.
What?
And he kind of steps up to this little guy, just towering over him.
Completely towering.
7 feet tall.
Sitting cross-legged, just looking up like... Wets himself a little.
Ew.
Very, very interesting.
I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry. One of the older people in the crowd, the one who had taken point earlier, says, "Yes, that is one of the reasons we wanted to take you to our leader. He would be very interested if you have any kind of information on what we can do about that mage."
For a long time now, all I've ever done is what pleases me. But I admit I'm quite curious about this thing.
He says the little tendril slicks out and then curls back in.
All of them kind of like back up instinctively.
Very curious. Maybe there's greater power yet still. Alright. Show me to your leader. We'll see what he's got. Then I'll make my decision.
We have to move quickly.
How far?
Not very far. The base of the castle.
So am I right to assume that...
Whoa!
What?
Thank you for the 38-month subscription. 38-month
Whoa!
streak. Thank you, Rock. That is
Damn.
insane.
Oh, dang.
That is
Rock
a lot
coming in
that is a lot of months.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the morning with 38 months. Ah, dang. Thank you. Woe's me.
Whoa is
Nonetheless.
me.
Woe is me.
The base of the castle is the safest place for us right now. They're moving outwards. They're expanding. Hunters are always leaving. Hunters never come back. We're safe there.
And am I right to assume that every square inch of this place is dangerous territory?
If a hunter catches you, a legion of arrows will befall you before you could think about it.
Very well then.
There is
I'll
no
pay
art.
to be prepared.
There is no art to their hunt.
And with that, he'll cast his mage armor as the black ooze and ichor curls around his body and hardens around his form. His eyes glow green.
All of them
And just says,
jump to their feet, pull their swords, and point them at you.
and just says,
Then let's go.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah! Voice changer! Oh yeah!
They all collectively shit themselves.
Nice.
No,
Oh yeah!
So
was that
I
clownfish?
well, no, this is different.
so now brings up my next question. So apparently her sire is over at that tower or
Yep.
something.
That is true.
How dangerous is that about to get that close?
To get close to the tower? To the castle?
Yeah, because if her sire and her are like basically right there.
Dangerous for you. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
It will be almost trivial to be able to form a connection.
Okay. And I assume it would be one of those, like, potentially he'll know that she's around.
Keep in mind, he thinks you're dead.
Good. Okay.
All right, so
An idea.
if this meeting is concluded, they will all silently sheath their weapons and just funnel out this door. Barely a sound being made, all moving with purpose and intention, and they just assume you're going to follow them.
Sure.
Yeah, follow along behind, being careful.
One of them at the door, waiting for you guys to pass, makes one quick note to everybody. It says, "When we are on the move, there is no talking."
Not a problem for us.
Easy.
And they all move out, heading towards the base of Castle Holbeck, housing legions of hunters, a vampire Sir, the Mad Mage who is now in charge of this region and potentially regions outside. You are now trying to connect with the leader of this resistance, of the protectors of everything that can articulate. I believe that's where we'll stop.
Whew.
Oh, yeah.
We could do that scene, but I think that's going to be better off at the beginning of the next one.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That was like a. Oh man, that was a connective episode.
I was waiting for, like, I'm so used to, like, Wrath. I was waiting for, like, and that's where we're going to end today's session.
I was thinking, like,
I think Loryn was
could-
thinking.
we could have done that scene, but I was like, it's already 1 o'clock.
Yeah. I should probably get to bed.
Yeah.
But
I'll
yeah,
just-
I was gonna say this. Yeah, that was a pretty nifty episode. It was so interesting, but at the same time, I got a little disappointed because we past couple of sessions we keep getting all these new tricks that we haven't been able to use.
I was gonna say there was there's a half finished. Some of that was supposed to be combat, but it was half finished. I was like, I don't know, because obviously you'd have to not kill all of them. And I was like, I don't know if I can run that combat without the prep required to get it to the narrative conclusion that you guys got. So I just kind of kidnapped Caden.
Yeah, that'll work.
But there was supposed to be a little bit of combat.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't as prepared as I would have wanted to be. But it's okay. All of that combat's going into next
fine.
game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
you're
no.
We're gonna rock next game.
We're gonna die next game.
Come at me.